Hi, I'm Adam Bryant, and thank you for the opportunity. I'd like to introduce you to CanSense, where we believe in detecting cancer early, saving more lives. We've combined Raman spectroscopy high throughput with AI technology to develop a test for the early detection of cancer using only blood, a liquid biopsy. Our first focus test is for bowel cancer, diagnosing it early enough when it is treatable and curable. We're all familiar with these headlines and the clear need to detect cancer early. We're all aware that the NHS is struggling to cope under the pressures from diagnostic services. And it's set to get much worse as the prevalence of the disease increases and increases within the young. And it gets more complicated in the new COVID world. It puts more pressure on traditional diagnostic services, systems that just can't cope. We need to rethink diagnostics. The disease is on the increase within the developed and developing countries. It's on the increase within the young. And it's, as you can see, on the most part treatable, but still 60% of bowel cancer patients are presenting at stages 3 and 4, when they would have a significantly different outcome if detected at stages 1 or 2. And that's why 50% of people are dying still. It doesn't have to be that way, but the current system is failing people. The pathway and the tests are not working. People do not want to send their feces off in an envelope, the current testing methods, and they do not want a colonoscopy. It shouldn't surprise you the low patient uptake in some areas, and it's as low as 50%. It's an ineffective method, and it's already in capacity crisis. We're offering a familiar blood test which can provide accurate early detection of cancer and precursor to cancer, providing quick turnaround to reduce anxiety, ruling out cancer with a high degree of certainty at the GP by 98%, reducing the number of colonoscopies by about 50%, significantly reducing, therefore, the burden on the healthcare services provider, whilst providing better patient outcomes. Our pilot studies excitingly have shown early detection of precancerous polyps, even with much greater accuracy than FIT test, the fecal testing, or the ctDNA techniques that you may have read about, like Grail's Galleria project that the NHS are piloting. Using only blood serum, so no costly reagents, making it a cost-effective solution. Quick turnaround, providing a unique spectral fingerprint for each patient that is run against our spectral biomarker library for bowel cancer, which then informs the GP directly. What we're looking to change is this broken pathway, not bouncing around from GP to clinician and back and forth. Rapid reassurance if negative and prompt referral if positive. The UK does around 1.43 colonoscopies a year, and we could reduce that by at least 50% for those people who simply do not need to have one, saving the NHS £265 million per year, which would be a potential cost saving globally of $4.2 billion in unnecessary colonoscopies. The US alone welcomes a much better way of testing and screening than providing expensive and limited colonoscopies. Colonoscopy services just isn't a viable screening tool for diagnosis, and certainly not one available for all. We're focused on delivering a simple blood test diagnostic for the early detection of cancer with true potential to look at other cancers, enabling GPs, reducing invasive procedures for those that don't need to have them, whilst clearing the bottlenecks for early cancer diagnosis for those that need immediate secondary care. The innovation will be developed initially as a triage tool at primary care, but also assessing treatment efficacy for pharma trials. But its low-cost test lends itself to general population screening of asymptomatic patients and reoccurrence monitoring. Our routes to market, where we look for further collaborators, using our blood test to triage patients and working as a reoccurrence monitoring tool. The non-invasive screening market is growing and growing rapidly, but ours is a truly unique approach, diagnosing genuinely early when it's treatable, incurable, an accurate, affordable method offering real value-based healthcare. We have an expert team passionate about making a difference to patients' lives by translating this from lab to clinical setting. The diagnostic built on 6 years of extensive academic research and clinical trials, with over £1.3 million worth of academic funding. We have a great team and great advisory team, and even the clinical director for cancer in Wales, who provides us with this quote, who recognises the need for precision medicine to develop, getting to the right test for the right patients at the right time, but also from, and perhaps more importantly, from patients who recognise the difference having a simple blood test could have on their lives, rather than the most horrible experience of a colonoscopy. And for some, they have to have that year on year. We are passionate about what we do and are ready for change. We invite you to rethink diagnostics with us and reach out to collaborate. Thank you very much for your time.